Walk past it. Lovely to see you. Where are we up here?
So I could have your attention, please. Your attention. The railway officials have asked that...
Content myself at this stage with that official welcome to each and everybody and say on behalf of the citizens of Altona, thank you for honouring a promise. Thank you and the government for what you have done for the city of Altona. And I now invite you to officially cut the ribbon.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. My parliamentary colleagues, Gordon Sterling and Joan Kerner, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's certainly a great day. It doesn't really seem all that long ago since we were out here committing ourselves, first of all, to keep the line open, because it's not that long ago since some silly people were suggesting the whole thing ought to be closed. It's good today to see that this project has gone off as well as it has, and my congratulations go to the officers of the Metropolitan Transit Authority who have so efficiently carried out this project on time and on budget. In fact, I hope the trains run on time as the project has. But I'd also like to congratulate the municipality of Altona, who has been as cooperative as one could possibly imagine in this project, both in regard to property and cooperation of all sorts in getting this project up and running for the benefit of the community. Without further ado, I think if I've got a pair of scissors, we'll cut the ribbon.
At the opening of this rail extension and new railway station today. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to now call on the Mayor of Altona, Councillor Les Crofts.
Mr. Chairman, the Honourable Minister, Mr. Stephen Crabb, Honourable Members of Parliament, my council colleagues, distinguished guests, I think each and every one of you, and young people. The idea of today is to open a new railway station. And we are delighted that the weather has turned out so wonderful and that so many people have turned up for this very wonderful historic occasion. But can I please ask for your indulgence just by saying a few words of history. It was some 20 odd years ago that legislation was passed for the state parliament to enable the Altona City Council to acquire land expressly for the purpose of extending the rail service to this location. The municipality came into being in 1957, only some 28 years ago, and I'm sure that there are many here today that fought hard for the severance from our mother council, shall I call it, the Shire of Werribee. And I do know that there are representatives of Werribee here today in the name of Councillor Kevin Skeam. It's very interesting to note that one of the first actions of the council of the day was to make a submission for an extension of the Altona Railway to this site. And evidence was then given to a Parliamentary Public Works Committee hearing in 1962. And members of the council and members of the public that were part of that particular, made up that submission and presented evidence to the Parliamentary Public Works Committee are present with us today. And I think it would be remiss of me if I did not pay respects to their efforts in that particular era. However, despite the pressures which were applied by the council and our parliamentary representatives, Mr. Larry Floyd, Mr. Alec Knight, and of course our late councillor and a member, Mr. Jack Gallagher, we were not able to convince the government of the day that priority funding should be set aside to progress the works, and hence the action of the local Altona Council resulted in the purchase of land at some $14,260. The council was pleased to hand over the titles to that property without requiring recompense from the government. The passage of time has resulted in the fulfilling of what sometimes appears to be a dream. But the far-sightedness of the council and the community and the continued perseverance of successive councils with community support has seen that eventually happen. Altona is proud that it has progressed from being the end of a branch line to becoming part of a through line, which with rapid developments taking place in the western part of this municipality, the upgraded rail facility will be a great benefit in meeting the transport needs of the residents of the city. Credit must be paid to the government and to the Minister, Mr. Stephen Crabb, in particular, for their foresight. And sir, in reversing the decision that you mentioned at the Altona Railway Station, the decision of the previous government which was to have closed the Altona Rail service, you, sir, made a commitment to retain the line, and now you have extended it. And I think this is going to be the first, or it will be the first for many, many years here in Victoria. And now this line is going to be right through to Laverton and onwards to Werribee. And when the target dates were mentioned to the subcommittee for the completion of the lines, we thought and wondered whether the date was over-ambitious. However, it has proven not to be so. The council was very pleased to work with the officers of your department, sir, on the various committees on the works program, and we know the drive and the capacity of your senior officers, many of which I would like to pay personal approval to for the way in which they cooperated with this council. It made our job very much easier. There's very stiff objectives that were set by you personally, and I would like to say on behalf of everybody, congratulations and thank you. Important. Thank you. Important to this rail line is the coordinated rail bus network about to be implemented. And there have been many questions of me and many questions directed to council. But I'm sure that within the next few weeks that you will get a lot more information about this coordinated rail bus network. This is particularly important to the area of Altona Meadows, as well as the many people who are working across in other suburbs who've had to bear with many delays because of the lack of coordination in the old transport system. So, Mr. Minister, there is a great deal of interest in the city of Altona in the naming of this station. And before I close, could I, on behalf of the residents, once again say that Council in particular wants to thank you personally for your interest in the project. Sir, you have set a standard of cooperation and interest in your administration that we believe could not be excelled. Many thanks, and I now invite you to conclude this ceremony.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for turning out today and for inviting us along for this ceremony. It's really a milestone in the Metropolitan Rail system. Not only is this the first new suburban railway line to be built in 25 years, it's 25 years ago since it was promised, and that's not bad. And this speech is going to get better because my notes just blew away. The trains from Werribee won't actually be coming through here until for a couple of months yet, but we thought it was appropriate that this brand new railway station ought to be put to use immediately. It was available, and when I look at the railway station, it really is an excellent piece of railway design. It's a vast improvement on some of the public toilet architecture that we've become accustomed to in new railway stations, and I congratulate everyone concerned with this station, which fits in with the general ambience of the neighbourhood. When this is running in its complete form with the trains coming through from Werribee, it'll not only give you, the people here, a rail service, but a much better rail service, and one that takes them right into the underground loop and gives you the choice of Parliament Station, Museum Station, Flinders Street or Spencer Street. And I think that's a big advantage to many people who are travelling. Also, a coordination of a reorganisation of the bus routes to coordinate with this rail service will again increase the number of people who have this service made available to them. And although I can't promise that that particular train will be the one that comes here on every occasion, there will be one very much like that. There won't be any more red rattlers. The last of them is gone. And the blue trains start getting phased out from next month and will all be gone by the end of 1987. So by 87, the only trains we'll have will be the silver trains and these new Comanche trains. So I'm particularly pleased that this thing's gone as well as it has. As the Mayor said, it's a project that's gone on time and on budget, and it's been carried out extremely successfully by all the people involved in it. And I congratulate them and thank them one and all. Ladies and gentlemen, by virtue of the way we're phasing the service in, staging it up until in April when it'll be the complete new reorganised service, I do hope that if any of you have any constructive suggestions during that phasing in period, you'll let our people know, and we'll be able to adjust things accordingly. And I give you a commitment that if there are any changes or adjustments needed to the service, they will be made, because what we're about is providing a service that's appropriate to you. And I'm sure some souvenir hunter is going to want this, because this is the first timetable that has Westona station on it. Again, congratulations, thank you very much. Back on the station, and I'll be crossing across the railway line. I just thought I should tell you, that's not the normal entrance to the station.
Alex, come back here.
Excuse me, can I be on TV just for 1 minute?
Lisa, stop making noises. Don't tell me you're filming us. Come on, team. Sean, stop running across the field.